Good evening, everybody. My name's Michael, as Gordon said. I'm the founder of Tough Cookie. And we are on a mission to improve the mental toughness of society. And we're seeking to do this by equipping people with skills to manage their thoughts and their emotions. So why is this important? I'd just like you to join me in a short exercise involving our imagination. So just gently closing down the eyes or just lowering your gaze if you don't feel comfortable. And I just want you to imagine that you're in your kitchen in the morning. And you go over to your work surface and you pick up a chopping board. You then grab a bright yellow zingy lemon. You take a knife and you cut into this lemon, cutting it in half. You then take one of these halves and you quarter it. And then you take one of these quarters between your thumb and your forefinger. You lift this lemon up to your mouth. You open your lips and you sink your teeth deeply into this lemon, releasing its bitter, tangy juices into the four corners of your mouth. Just notice what might be happening in your mouth right now. You can open your eyes. If, like most people, your mouth is probably salivating, which means that your body responds to your thought as if it's reality. And it's funny when it's a lemon and it's saliva, but not when you're laying in bed and you're worrying about work and what's flooding your body is adrenaline and cortisol. So with that in mind, I just want to get a quick show of hands. Who here was sat down when they were young by an elder and had explained to them, look, this is how you look after your mind. This is what you do when your mind begins to work against you. Did anyone have that? Okay, we got one. This is our minds we're talking about here. So what we do is we make it up as we go along. And that's for better or for worse. Apparently this clicker is a little bit temperamental, so let's see if I aim it directly. No, it doesn't seem to want to happen. Oh, there we go. So this is how this worked out for me. That's me in the middle there doing my best I'm a hard man face. So I grew up on the Progress Estate in southeast London. Some of you may be familiar with it. It's where Stephen Lawrence was murdered. And the first time I had a knife, I was threatened with a knife, I was 10 years old. Just after seeing Monsters, Inc. Don't know if anyone's seen Monsters, Inc. And that was the beginning of a string of experiences that kind of flipped my life upside down. And it was very anxiety-provoking. My way of coping with my mind at that time was the smoke skunk. And that eventually turned to plant fertilizer. And my mental health deteriorated until I experienced a psychosis, the single most terrifying experience of my life. And in no meaningful way could I articulate what it took to find my way back to mental health, but I had guidance along the way and access to wisdom and skills that taught me how to manage my mind. So fast forward, I decided that my purpose was to help people access the skills that would have helped me so much. And so I joined the charity Mind, and I worked with them for 6 years as a resilience specialist. I co-created a program that introduced 18,000 young Londoners to meditation. I set up a professional network that spans about a few hundred organizations, and I also worked in national strategy. And while I was at Mind, a report landed on my desk looking at what makes a human being resilient. And of these 52 pages, only one page was dedicated to psychological coping strategies, which I found, I suppose, disturbing at the time because for me, not just in my professional experience, but my personal experience should be at the heart of resilience. So I created Tough Cookie to meet that need. And Tough Cookie, its main approach is an approach we call mixed mental arts. And it consists of 6 key modules, ranging from breaking our addiction to compulsive thought, neutralizing unhelpful thought patterns, and learning how to regulate our stress response and hack our own nervous system. We've taught mixed mental arts in organizations of all shapes and sizes, and we found our most popular product is our lunchtime course, which is designed specifically to fit into the day of an organization with minimal disruption. We've taught in organizations including Facebook, where we've been teaching for 2 years, and the results have been incredible. And particularly among males, who are notoriously hard to engage in mental health activities, tend to respond really well to mixed mental arts. So we use the revenue from our activity with organizations to allow us to offer these vital skills to people who wouldn't usually have traditional routes to access these skills. And so we're bringing them to young men in gangs and single mums in South London. So people love mixed mental arts, and I've taken it as far as I can personally. But it's time to expand. And so I've found 15 people, and I've been training them to become mixed mental artists. And we expect that over the next financial year, they'll be able to deliver 90 lunchtime courses and to start spreading this far and wide. And we're seeking investment to enable us to execute our sales and marketing strategy so that we really can work towards making sure that there is a mixed mental artist in every town and city in the UK. I would love to see a world that when I ask a room full of people who here was sat down by an elder and explained to them how to look after their minds, that every single hand in the room goes up. So if that is a world you also want to see, come and say yo, that's the pillar just over there. So thank you very much.